Hi, I'm Ronnie from Ronnie's Garage. We're holding our monthly tech meet at my shop, and today we're going to be talking about the differences between the Silver Cloud Bentley 1s, 2s, and 3s. Now this car, since it's coach built, which means it's not the standard car, the heating system on this is like a Silver Cloud 1. But as you can see, this has the heater water valves that are vacuum operated. And then the air valve, that's a great picture right there. You can see it, how that valve right there is operated. And right there, that's your vacuum pot. And if you back off a little bit, I'll show you. This is the valve that it operates, air valve. And that's just a butterfly in the ducting here.
What's with the blue pipes?
Those are power steering hoses that someone has remade with blue hose. Less than attractive.
The Series 1 and Series 2 fenders pretty much the same.
Mm-hmm. Yes, same common British Lucas lamp here with the little indicator. Jaguars use those, a lot of cars use those. This has some really cool headlamps, Lucas headlamps here. I like those.
So you made the point, I didn't actually catch it, about the height of the grille being much taller on the Series 1. Does that mean that the hood is a flatter plane to it? Okay.
That has a nice slope to it.
But this will be the same as the one.
Right. And as far as driving, the ones are pretty good driving cars, but they're, I don't know. Most Cloud 2s, in my opinion, have more power, but they're clunky feeling. Cloud 3 is much easier to drive. Cloud 1s are pretty smooth.
What causes the driving differences between, other than the V8 might weigh more than the 6? Although I wouldn't even count on that.
I really don't know. The 6-cylinder is just a different torque band. It just feels smoother. The transmissions on the 6s seem to shift better than the V8s. The V8s are harder to get a smooth shift out of, whereas the 6, and I think it might be the horsepower difference. I think the 6s have really good torque, low-end torque, so you're not as into it as much. And the transmissions on these are really sensitive to throttle pressure. So when you're off the throttle a little more, then it seems to shift a little smoother, because the harder you push the throttle, the later it shifts.
The V8's got really big low-end torque too, doesn't it?
Not like the 6. The 6 is just a smooth, it's like a stump puller. Because the 6, the rods are about this long on it. The V8s are about that long. There's a big difference in torque.
What tires are you recommending on these days?
I really like the, I don't know if anybody has any here. I like those Cokers, those bias ply look ones. I really like those. They've got the proper narrower profile with the right height. And on the 2s and 1s, there's a hubcap problem usually. So this car, yeah, if I pull this hubcap off, you can almost see it right there. It's cutting into the sidewall. And it only does it at the bottom. If this were all the way on the ground, there's no gap in here and there's a gap up there. So it cuts into the tire over time. And Lou had a blowout once coming back from Palm Springs on his car.
Well, didn't Willie also? Didn't Willie have a blowout?
Willie had a blowout too,
Right.
on his right front. And that hubcap came off and cut his fender. There's one of the newsletter articles. I put a picture of that, and it actually sliced the fender. He had to have the fender replaced. Because these cars were designed with those narrow bias ply tires in mind. And you could get the bias ply tires after that, but they were not, they had a wider profile. The sizing changed. They went from H or letter codes to number codes. And then now Coker's finally got a tire that looks just like that original in profile and everything, but it's a radial. And the hubcaps, beautiful clearance, they never cut.
Is this one cutting because it's a radial?
It's because it's not the right size and profile. This is a Coker Classic, you're right, but this is more of a truck tire. It's not, it just doesn't have the right profile. I wish I had a car here.
It's a modern profile.
Yes, it's a different width and everything else. And the radials will have that bulge at the bottom. They're designed that way so you can get a better feel and they hold the car better.
So, could you tell me the correct position of the door handle when it's...
Oh, God.
What?
The correct position. Do you have any sales brochures?
No, but someone told me that my car isn't correct.
Oh, yeah.
That like I would need but to undo things. So level like that. and
You
it's
know, I've
closed?
always found them, see, these both are different.
Right.
I have always been told, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's right. See, these are pretty easy to get off. This one was not tight. Okay, these come off. So you can put them on many ways, but I've always been told that actually a little bit more. That right there is the right position. Okay?
Really?
In the front, and in the back, since the passengers, this is really kind of stupid. Well, this has an armrest here. See, this is a coach-built car. They don't usually have armrests here, so this is probably right for this one. If it didn't have an armrest, I would say that this is the right position, so that it's easier to get to.
And then when you lock it, it just goes down.
Yes. So this should open, right? No, that locks. Right? Yeah, that's open. And then that locks it. So you flip it.
So up is locked.
You flip it the opposite direction of what you do to open it, and it should lock the door.
So there is no 100% correct.
You know, I've tried to figure it out, and I've looked at pictures and books, and I've seen them different ways, so I don't know.
Okay.
I think an original sales brochure would be your best bet that shows an interior shot. All right, well, I think we covered enough today. Thanks for joining us. See you later.